We are here with some Madden 24 online franchise, and as you guys saw by the thumbnail and the title, we have chosen the Carolina Panthers to be this year's franchise team. If you're new here, this is a 32 user online league where we've been doing it for years and years and years now, where our main goal is to play as real as we can to real life football. So we have certain rules, we're not spamming the OP blitzes or the OP offensive setups 24/7, every single play is the same play. We're not doing that MUT stuff here, which, is okay to do, I guess, over there in MUT. But this franchise is specifically focused on just trying to play as real as we can to real life football while having, a lot of talent here and making it extremely entertaining. This year, we are taking on the challenge of the Carolina Panthers, who I think actually has a pretty decent team to use in Madden franchise. This is the first team I wanted to use, so I was happy I was able to choose them. This video is just going to be breaking down offense and defense, kind of what I want to do, and it's your guys's. You guys can also help me in the comments down below of people I should either trade, keep, make sure I sign this guy so I have him locked up long term, or try to play this rookie. I'm not too familiar with the Panthers roster in general. I'm a Seahawks fan, so I don't know much Panthers. I know the main guys obviously, but I'm not too familiar with their team. So if there's any Panthers fans out there that, play this guy as your slot, play this guy as your kick returner, all that stuff, definitely leave a comment down below. Before we get into the team breakdown, I believe this video will be posted on a Tuesday. The league starts Friday, so that will be 3 days from Tuesday. We will do preseason, 1 day advance through preseason. So I'll try to play all my preseason games and I'll post those to YouTube as well. So we got 3 days to nail down kind of where we want to start with, kind of go into the preseason and see how we do. Got 3 days to figure that out. Last thing as well, year one, we only get 1 trade. After that, everyone gets 3 trades a season that are including players. So if it's a just draft picks trade, those don't count. There's a rule page in the description if you guys are curious on how the rules go. But without further ado, let's get into this breakdown. So the offensive side is very interesting, in my opinion. Bryce Young, obviously starter. He's in the thumbnail. First round pick number 1, going to be a beast, hopefully, for us. The main reason why I chose the Panthers is I didn't want to have to pay a quarterback, and I wanted an established quarterback. He's only a 74 overall, which is a little low, if some might say. He is superstar dev. It says hidden, but he is superstar, which is nice. The only thing is I'm not sure how his abilities, I don't know if it's just random once he gets past the 500 plays, or if he just has a set superstar ability. I would love to know if someone knows that. I'm not too sure on that. His stats are pretty solid, though. The 87 throw power is a little worrying, but we can get that up. I'm okay with that. We had Joe Burrow 2 Maddens ago, and he had low throw power, and we won a Super Bowl. So we've won a Super Bowl every Madden, so hopefully we can do it with the Panthers. We were able somehow at the very end last Madden to do it with the Texans. The 87 speed and 89 acceleration is great. 88 change of direction. If I could just get his carrying up a little bit, because I would love to be able to run some options and stuff with him. I've never really had a mobile quarterback in any of my online leagues. I've had just straight pocket passers that just camp in the pocket. My last quarterback last Madden had like 60 speed, so this is uncharted territory for me. It could get me into some trouble because I might try to get nasty in the open field, try to make people miss. So we'll have to see how it plays out. He does have great traits, though. He already has ideal sense of pressure, ideal decision maker. That seems like a new trait. I feel like that wasn't there. He's got the throwaway, got tight spiral, balanced penalty tendency. He's got the leader personality trait. So his traits are beautiful, which is what you love to see. We don't got to pay him. If we go 6 seasons deep, then we probably will have to pay him, but we'll see. Last Madden, we only went 4 because of the franchise stuff, but there's always a chance. We've done 6 before. I guess we'll start with the offensive line. I just wanted to get the main one out of the way. Bryce Young, beast. Hopefully he's a monster for us year 1 and just takes over. The offensive line, the tackle spots are pretty much figured out, which is great. This dude right here, someone, if you could put the pronunciation in the comments, that would be fantastic, because I have no clue how to say this guy's name. But this dude's an absolute monster. He's got superstar ability. which is great. I don't really know. He's got nasty streak, So, okay. But they can get up to 4, which is great. He's going to be our left tackle all Madden long. I have no plans of getting rid of this man. This dude's an absolute beast. His impact block's great, good strength. The other stuff we can get up. The run block is good. The pass block stuff we can get up. That can come over time. But the run blocking is great. He's pretty quick, too. High motor. The penalty tendency is a little, trait there is a little rough. But we can always fix that. We can fix traits. If you produce content for the league, you get these tokens. They're fake tokens. And you can use those to turn into upgrade your players' traits. So you only can upgrade the star. You can't upgrade players to superstar and all that stuff. But all the high motor hits, big hitter, strips, specialist, all that stuff you can upgrade with the tokens. So that's something we can address down the line. But he's definitely our day one starter at left tackle. There's no reason to replace that. The right tackle spot. Taylor, he's a little older. He's 29, but I do think he should still be here around the whole season. I don't see us replacing him unless he asks for some crazy contract. I'm not sure what his contract situation is looking at. I guess we could check that real quick. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, he's got 3 years left, so I guess we'll see how he plays in those 3 years, but I'm leaning more towards just keeping him. That way my tackles are just here for all of Madden and locked in. He's got really good awareness, which is great. His strength's a little bit on the lower side, but the awareness and stuff probably makes up for that. Has high motor, has the balance penalty tendency, so he is locked in. The interior is where it gets a little scary. We'll start at left guard. I think this guy's just a guy. He's just here until maybe we draft someone or find someone for agency. I don't see much with this guy. He's a 73 overall normal. No stats really stick out. 88 strength. I mean, it is what it is with this man, Mr. Brady. I just, maybe he can turn into something, but I don't see him doing much. Same thing with my center. I don't know. I mean, he's kind of old. He's 28. Same thing as the left guard. I feel like this is just another guy. He's just here. Maybe he can be a bench player after a while, but he is just here until we can find a replacement. The right guard spot, so this was their 4th round draft pick here this year, Mr. Chandler Zavala. Maybe that's how you say his name. He's on the older side as a rookie. He's a 24-year-old rookie, so he's on the older side, which is already a downfall in itself. He's got 88 strength, so something that can work with. His pass block stats are solid, for a 67 overall. Even his lead block isn't the worst. This is a player that I'm most likely going to start because I just have no other options. He's the best right guard we have on the roster currently, and he's a rookie, so we'll definitely give him a shot. If he pans out to be something, then great. We got that spot filled with our tackle spots filled. That would be fantastic, but I just don't know. He's a really low overall. He's normal dev. You just don't know how that stuff's going to pan out. He could be just terrible, which would suck. That would not be good. Sorry, my phone has stuff pulled up so I can see what I'm talking about here. So I'm not too sure about him. Let me know what you guys think about that guy. I definitely think it's worth starting him year one and just seeing how he does. But we'll have to find out. These two definitely just guys that we're going to have to replace down the road. They're just here for now, but they're definitely going to have to go. There's no point these guys staying along in the future. The tight end group, it's not that bad. 270 overall. Mr. Tommy's not too bad. Ian Thomas right here, I think he's got some pretty good speed. He's big, 6'4", 260, 83 speed. The man's an absolute unit. It's not that bad. Hayden Hurst I had at the end last Madden as well, so me and Hayden go back a bit, but he's also old. I know they just signed him. I'm really not sure what they gave him. They gave him a 3-year contract, so we might be stuck with Hayden for at least a season or two just because he's here. He might just be here for us, but he's a solid receiving tight end. He's not that bad. 94 catching. Dang, I didn't know it was that good. 86 speed, 88 acceleration. He's a solid player. He's got aggressive catch, run after catch, covers the ball for all hits, keeps the feet in bounds. He got to drop passes, which is tragic, but he's probably locked in here, unfortunately. Not really a guy I want to lock in and keep long term, but with the 3-year contract, there's no way someone's going to be out here trying to trade for Hayden Hurst. Probably just going to have to rock with him for a couple years until, maybe we find someone cheap or get someone in the draft or something. But that's the other thing. We don't got many draft picks because Bryce Young stole them all, which is probably deserving. Okay, we need a quarterback, the most important position. We need it. Fullback, that's the fullback. Not much to talk about there. Running back position, Miles Sanders just got signed here, just gave him some cash. I think it was a 4-year deal, so he's definitely going to be our starting running back. Yeah, 4 years. He's definitely going to be the starter. Maybe all of Madden, I'm not sure. He's still decently young, 26, so by the time his contract's up, he'll be at 30, which isn't that bad, especially in Madden. And in real life, that's bad. Real life, you don't want a 30-year-old running back these days. But for Madden purposes, he shouldn't be that bad. I've never really used Miles Sanders, but he's got really good stats. His carrying off the rip is really, really good. 94, which is what you love to see. Good speed. Change of direction's good. Juke move's pretty good. What's his trucking? Did I miss it? 75. Yeah, that's a little rough. Got good stats, though. Fights for yards. Covers the ball for all hits. And Chuba Hubbard's a solid little backup to spell him, which is great. Decent little guy out of the backfield. I have him as my third down back for now, just to make sure he's getting in there and getting touches. But he's a solid player to spell Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is going to get the bulk of it, obviously. But Chuba is going to be a solid guy out of the backfield. The receiver group is where it gets pretty interesting. We got Jonathan Mingo, their second-round selection here. He's star dev, which is awesome that he's star dev. I think I'm leaning towards just making this guy my wide receiver 1. Year 1's very important, obviously, with rookies because you can develop them the longest as the seasons progress. You get less time with your rookies that you draft in the draft. So the earlier rookies are very, very important compared to the rookies at the end of the Madden cycle. So Mr. Mingo here, he's 6'2", he's only 22. He's on the younger side, which is great. He's got good stats, run after catch, possession catch, fight for yards, keeps his feet in bounds, but he has the drop passes trait, which is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm leaning towards giving this man the number 1 job and trying to develop him alongside Bryce Young. We don't have much talent in the receiving department. I know they signed Adam Thielen, but I'm not a big Adam Thielen fan. He's ancient. I'll probably play Adam Thielen just straight out of the slot. I don't think I'm going to line him up out wide. I'll keep him in the slot. He's kind of slow. He's on the slower side. He's old, so he's going to be regressing. He might help out in the slot on the lower overall corners early on. He's got good route running, so he might be pretty good in the slot for us. He's just mainly playing in the slot. That's where Adam Thielen belongs for me. At this stage in his career, I feel like I can't put him out wide. I just can't. But Mr. Mingo here, his catching's a little rough. 81. That's pretty low. Jumping is good at 89. Like I said, the speed's pretty good. He's very raw. I think this is a player that's very worth developing. And like I said, rookies year 1 are so important. This guy could be a monster for us down the future with Bryce Young. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm very certain I think I'm going to give him the wide receiver 1 role because we don't really have much options long term. Adam Thielen, once his contract's up, he's done. There's no way someone wants to trade this for this dude. He's freaking 33. He's just ancient. 3-year deal. Why did they give him 3 years? The Panthers, what are you doing? I mean, I get it. You want to give your rookie quarterback a vet. He's been around. I mean, it makes sense. But Mr. Thielen, he's just old. He does have pretty good acceleration and stuff, but his route running's solid. His catching's pretty good, so that's why I wanted to keep this man in the slot. It might help. It might actually help Bryce Young. Year 1 and 2, while Mingo's developing, Adam Thielen might be nice out of the slot, just quick routes, little slants, little whip routes, in whatever the case may be. In the red zone, if they're manning up and stuff, if it's press, maybe he just gets a little shifty, gets open quick. So I think Adam Thielen in the slot could be actually helpful, even though I was just roasting him. I think he actually could be helpful. Terrence Marshall is another player that's maybe worth developing. He's 23, 6'2". He's got good speed and stuff. His catching's a little bit better than Mingo. He doesn't have he doesn't have star dev, so that was like kind of the main reason. And he's not a rookie, so the rookies, the rookies get a little juiced a little bit. Other than that, he's kind of like a Mingo clone. The stats are very, very similar. They're both 6'2". I was like, I'll just roll with the rookie. He's got star dev already. We'll roll with him. So Marshall's down there. I got DJ Chark as our second receiver. I could very well switch that, but I think DJ's another good player outside. He's got great speed, 94 speed, which is amazing. So I think he's another player that out wide could be great. He's also just a guy, I think. I mean, who knows? He could very well pop. DJ Chark could be my best receiver for all I know. He's 26. He's still kind of young. He has room to grow. but I don't think it's happening. I think really out of all of our pass catchers, the only one that I'm for sure locked in all Madden long, that's my dude, is Mingo. I think the rest can all leave. Hayden Hurst and Thielen are kind of the same boat. They've got good contracts. They're stuck here now. So we'll probably use them for a year or two and let them go. And then the rest, if Chenault pops, I mean, maybe he can pop. I don't know. We'll see. But Mingo's really the only pass catcher I'm locked in with. The offense needs some work. I won't lie. It needs a little bit of work. The defense has a lot of young pieces. We'll start with the safety position. Jeremy Chin, this man's getting locked up. I love having good safeties. Jeremy Chin's a beast. This man's staying no matter what. I don't care. He's untouchable. Jeremy Chin, one of the reasons why I wanted the Panthers, Bryce Young on the offense, on the defensive side, it was Jeremy Chin and Brian Burns. Like those two, I was like, we got to lock these dudes up, and they're going to be absolute monsters for us. With the Texans franchise last Madden, Jalen Petrie was a beast. He got to like a 93 X Factor, won our defensive MVP award for the whole Madden. So Jalen Petrie is a beast at free safety, and Jeremy Chin I expect to do just the same. He's going to be so good for us. The strong safety side, we got Mr. Von Bell. I think this dude's kind of old, 28. What is this man's hair? What the heck? God, okay. 28, he's kind of short too, 5'11". You know, it is what it is. He's got decent hit power. I like my strong safeties that have a lot of hit power. 85 is not too bad. He doesn't have that big hitter trait, but he's got strip ball, which is okay. He's a little slow, 87 speed. Zone is okay, 81. Another guy, I think we'll use him. I'm not too familiar with his contract situation. He's sitting at 3 years as well, so he might be in the same boat as Thielen and Hayden Hurst, where he's just here for a couple seasons, does his job, and gets out the door once we can actually fill the strong safety spot. These vets aren't bad to have because they're good, for a couple seasons while we work on some other positions, and then once we get those fixed, then we can fix those guys. You know what I mean? So I think he's a guy that's not in the long-term plans, but can be here for now. The corner spot, J.C. Horn and Dante Jackson, those got to be my dudes for the whole match. J.C. Horn sitting at 83 overall. He's only 23. Good speed, good. Man's not bad at the start of Madden. We can get that up. Zone 87. His press isn't too bad. 94 jumping. You love to see that. He's going to be out here ball hawking. 6'1". He's a big dude. So J.C. Horn, he's locked up. And Dante Jackson, I feel like they made him a little bit slower this Madden. I want to say the previous Maddens, he was like pushing 95, 96 speed. This Madden, he's still at 95. I thought he was at 94. I thought maybe I read acceleration, but 95 speed, I mean, as a corner, you can't go wrong with 95 speed. He's 27, so if we can develop him a little bit, he's got time. He's got time to hang around here with us. Good jumping, 98 jumping. Him and J.C. Horn are going to be monsters. They really, really are. They're going to be absolute monsters. C.J. Henderson, he's also a young guy we can develop. I hate how it switches back to the offense. But C.J. Henderson's another guy that we can develop. He's young, he's 24, but I don't know. C.J., as much as I like him in Madden, he might be on the trade block just because someone might need a young corner that they can develop. I don't think it's worth trying to develop him as a slot guy. I mean, maybe it is. I'm not too sure because I want Dante and J.C. Horn as my outside guys, so I just don't think it's worth just holding him just to be a slot corner. I might be able to get maybe a draft pick because we don't have much, or maybe I can combo him with a couple young players to get someone else. But I think CJ is a guy that we just kind of got to let go because he's more of an outside corner, I would say, and Dante and J.C. Horn, I want those to be my guys. So I just feel like we'd be wasting him. If we could get him, trade him now, we can actually get something probably pretty good. We'll move over to the linebacker spot, which is actually really solid. They got some good linebackers here. Brian Burns, like I said, a guy we got to lock up. I'm pretty sure he's got one more year left on his contract. He's got superstar abilities. They weren't that good, though. Speedster, which is like okay, and strip specialist. So, I mean, it is what it is. It is. Oops, I didn't mean to hit B there. I want to look at his stats. It is what it is. It could be better. Could be worse, I guess. But he's got great speed, 88 speed, 88 pursuit. The finesse moves great, play recognition great, awareness amazing. He's gonna be a monster. The man's gonna be an absolute monster. He's a guy we have to lock up day one. Once we get the chance, he's got to get locked up. Mr. Frankie Louvu, another young guy I think that we can develop. He's only normal dev, which is a little bit unfortunate, but he's still young at 26. Good speed, good hit power, which is what you want to see. Play rec awareness. He's a solid player, so I'm interested to see how he plays. I think this is a guy that could definitely be there long term for us. It just depends on how he plays. He could be a bum, he could not. Shaq Thompson, he's on the older side, 29, but he's definitely a guy that we can make work. 89 pursuits solid. The speed's okay. Play recognition and awareness is very, very good. So probably a guy I don't have to use her much. The Panthers, it looks like they run a 3-4. I really don't know. I haven't even looked at their playbooks, but from the looks of it, when they got Derek Brown on the edge there and they got Brian Burns, it looks like this is a 3-4. I would assume so. So if that's the case, this man right here could be a little demon for us. He was a rookie last year. I don't even know what pick he was. Brandon Smith. He's 6'3", 240, sitting at 66 overall. But the man's got 88 speed, 91 acceleration, 84 hit power. I mean, that's all I need. If I'm usering him, I can turn this dude into a beast. Just right there, he's got good. He's pretty tall. He's got a lot of weight. He's a big dude. Good speed, good hit power, 89 jumping. I mean, he's got decent traits too. Balance penalty. But I mean, this dude could be a user god. 6'3". The height's nice. The height is very nice. Usually, last man I think we only had linebackers at like 6 foot 6'1". We had short linebackers on the Texans. We did not have that many tall ass dudes. And this dude looks like a demon. So he could be a user god. That's just a guy. I like to use the linebacker and safety. Those are the only two guys I really use her. So Mr. Smith there could be something special. The last position group on the interior defensive tackles are just bad. I mean, these two, they're just here to be here. That's not good. The left end spot, same thing. I'm not too familiar with any of these dudes. And I don't think I'm going to keep any of them. They're just here until we can fix it. Derek Brown is really the only one worth talking about here on the defensive line. His contract, I believe, is up in 2 years. So we got to figure out if we want to keep him or not. Yeah, 2 years. He's a guy, like I said, we don't have many draft picks. So if we want to get rid of someone, Derek Brown could be one to get draft picks. Or maybe we just keep him. I had Derek Brown last Madden, so he was pretty solid for me. But I had him at defensive tackle. I didn't have him at the right end spot, so maybe he's better here, maybe he's not. I'm not sure. His stats are good. His strength's amazing. I mean, Derek Brown's got this dude's strong as hell, dude. He's huge. Oh, excuse me. Hiccups. The awareness is good. Impact blocking good. He was a beast for me last Madden, so I'm assuming he's going to be a beast this Madden as well. I just don't know the cap situation. I think we're sitting at it's like 18 mil right now in cap that we have when I checked in game. So we got a lot of young people we're going to have to sign, which is what we'll take a look at next year. So I just don't know if we can go all gung ho and sign everyone. We got to kind of take in the fact that we got a lot of people to sign coming up. Also, I do want to try to make some moves in free agency to make the team better as quickly as possible. So we'll quickly screw through these. There's a lot of bums. Nothing really too, nothing I'm really worried about. Gross Matos, whatever you say his name. He's only a 72. He's 25. He was good in previous Maddens. I just don't. Maybe I haven't watched Panthers games. Maybe he just kind of is a bust. I know in previous Maddens, like 2 or 3 years ago, this guy was a beast in franchise every year. So it is what it is for the man there. Brian Burns, like I said, 1 year. When I get the chance, he's getting locked up. We need a premier pass rusher. He's here. He's young. He's almost even at 90 overall already. So we need him on the squad. Once we get the chance, we're locking him up. Frankie, I'm like 80% sure I'm going to re-sign him. I don't see why I wouldn't. He's young. Another good pass rusher for us. Solid player. Probably won't be demanding too much money, so hopefully we can get him locked up. Jeremy Chin, another player like Brian Burns, once I get the chance, he's here. Those two, Brian, on the defensive side, those are like my two locks. Besides the corners, I think I'm going to keep the corners too, but for sure, Jeremy Chin and Brian Burns got to be here all Madden. These guys are monsters. DJ Chark, he's on a 1-year deal, so if he does good, great. Maybe we keep him. CJ Henderson, like I said, he's got 1 year left. Maybe we sign him, maybe we don't. Maybe it's just worth giving him to someone else to develop. Even in year 2, we got quite a bit of people to re-sign. We got, I forgot this dude was on the team. This dude would definitely be my starter. at right guard. I forgot. Is he hurt or something? Oh, that's why. Complete AC out 9 weeks. Man, I forgot this dude was even here. Okay. Well, usually we wipe injuries when we start this off, so he would be the starting right guard. I forgot that dude was even here, to be honest. But he's kind of up there in age as well. See, now everything's screwed up. God dang it, Madden. I wanted to talk about Derek Brown and stuff down here because he's got 2 years left on his deal. Or is he at? Yeah, 2 years. He's going to probably be requesting quite a bit of money. So we'll have to see what overall he's at and, what his interest level is with us. J.C. Horn and Dante Jackson, I think, we're both at the 2-year mark. So that's cash too. So there's just a lot of things, man. Even Shaq Thomas, if we keep him, that's more cash. Our kicker is going to ask for some cash. Johnny Hecker, I mean, he's 81. He probably won't ask for too much. Yeah, Dante's also at 2. So within the next 2 years, we have to pay a lot of people. Luckily, we have Bryce Young, so we can afford to pay a lot of the other position guys because we won't really have to worry about paying Bryce Young unless we go deep into the seasons this year, which is a good thing. But we got a lot of people to worry about, and a lot of times you can't pay them all. Some are going to leave. So if they're going to leave, I'd rather them leave, with a trade and not just have to walk away and get absolutely nothing for them. The last thing I want to show you guys is the draft pick situation. It's brutal. If you're not familiar with the Panthers draft picks, man, you don't got much. I don't know why. I was like, where's the draft pick thing? It's bad, dude. It's bad. I know a lot of it went to Bryce Young, which is good, but I've never really had a team in Madden where I don't have many draft picks. Usually I like to stock up a lot of draft picks early on in that year 1 draft. I'm going in like 9 picks or something for that first draft because it's just so important because those are the rookies that we get for a longer amount of time. So it's going to be rough. No first round pick this upcoming draft. We have a 2nd, 3rd, a 4th, 2 5ths, and a 6th. And in 2025, we have a pick in every single round besides the 2nd round. So we're missing another pick in 2025. And it's not until 2026 where we have a pick in every single round. So no first round pick this upcoming draft, no 2nd round pick in 2025. It's going to be tough. Those first picks, those are where a lot of the good talent goes. So we're going to have to make sure we scout pretty good. But that is that for this video. Please leave comments on what you guys think for starters. And I totally forgot about that right guard. That dude that's hurt. So maybe I move Mr. Zavala, hopefully I say his name right, over to left guard and then have my that old guy at right guard just plop in there. I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. But let me know what you guys think on both sides of the ball. Here's my specialist packages. I didn't really go through them just because this could always change. But Chuba is the 3rd down. Miles is the power back. We got Adam Thielen in the slot. CJ so far in the slot just for now. These 3 on the rush packages and Shaq in the middle there. Yeah, that's it. This video drops on Tuesday, I believe. So the league starts on Friday. That's when the invites will be sent out. If you are familiar with my leagues, the title says Infinity League. It's technically a different league than Legacy. It's all the same guys. It's run by the same people, same rules, same everything. It's just different group of guys. You'll probably recognize a handful of players like Kylo. If you remember him, he was the Patriots and the Panthers in Legacy when he was there. There's a lot of guys you'll probably recognize if you follow my online leagues. So it's the same thing, just different name. Don't worry about it. I might do some videos in between now and Friday. Maybe I'll play some head-to-head games with the Panthers just to try to get a feel with the playbook and stuff. Or I might even play just a quick pickup game with other people from the league where they use their team and we'll just play head-to-head with my team and their team with our rule setting and just kind of get a feel of things. Definitely leave comments down below on all the position groups. I need help. It's tough at the beginning of the season, especially when I don't know the players that well. I think Mingo as our wide receiver 1's definitely a lock. Maybe I do keep Terrence Marshall too. I'm not sure. Leave the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.